Good day, Las Vegas, and welcome back to Vegas Vibes, giving you a peek at what's groovin' and brewin' in the music, pageantry, live production, and fascinating scenes in the city that never sleeps. And I'm your host, Esmeralda Padronico. I have been getting private messages and great social media reviews on my last episode when my music planet family invaded my humble Vegas Vibes set. Yes, it goes to show that a lot of you, my dear viewers, really miss the music and live production scenes. People, if mega concerts are not available in the entertainment capital of the world, chances are it's not available anywhere else in the globe. That's why, in our own little way, we'll get our homegrown entertainers perform for you right here on Vegas Vibes. I would like to thank the avid viewers of Vegas Vibes on Vegas Live TV, ACTV, WCTV, and BingeNetworks.tv, especially those watching on my favorite devices, Roku, Kodi, and Amazon Fire TV. And of course, in my very own website, VegasVibes.us. Please continue to support my show and tell your friends to like Vegas Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. When Vegas Vibes returns, I'll give you a heads up in the world of pageantry in the city that never sleeps. So, don't go away. Welcome back. Las Vegas remains to host the best and the biggest resorts in the globe, and some of the best entertainers in the world live right here in this great city. It's bursting in the scenes with creative juices, and those mega live productions can't forever be parked in the shade. So now that millions of Americans have already been vaccinated, we're expecting the end of this pandemic soon. Expected to follow suit is the reopening of production stages and the announcement of the Las Vegas residencies of stars performers like Gwen Stefani, Usher, Sting, and Barry Manilow. Plus, the rolling out of mega concerts such as Michael Bublé and Garth Brooks in February and Justin Bieber in June. But how about the world of pageantry? It has been wiped clean since the beginning of the pandemic, and as of this date, nothing is crystal clear yet. The 69th edition of Miss Universe was canceled in 2020 and is expected to be held in the first quarter of 2021 in the United States. Based in New York City, the Miss Universe organization is currently owned by the WME and IMG Talent Agency. It has yet to announce the date and venue of Miss Universe 2020. Besting 89 other candidates, Zazibini Tunzi, 27, of South Africa, was crowned Miss Universe 2019 at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia on December 8, 2019. She is reportedly crowning her successor in Las Vegas on February 14, 2021. As of December 20, 2020, there are 59 candidates confirmed to be competing at Miss Universe 2020. 5 more candidates from Ireland, Italy, Myanmar, Nepal, and Belize are expected to be crowned in 2021. I'll give you more updates on the Miss Universe pageant as soon as the venue is finalized. My guest today is Eve Dawes, the reigning Mrs. England World 2020, and you'll be surprised to learn that her competition was done virtually. How did that work? Well, don't take it from me. You need to listen to her interview. But before we go there, I would like to share with you another facet of my life you may or may not know about already. In 2014, I competed and won the coveted title of Mrs. Asia Las Vegas. I've always wanted to bring pride and prestige to the Padilla clan, and winning the title made that dream a reality. Well, sort of. The Padilla clan I'm referring to consists of movie and television stars in the Philippines. Winning the title has opened new doors for me, from community leadership to singing and composing songs, and the most recent of which have been TV hosting and producing. Stand by for my interview with Mrs. England World when Vegas Vibes returns.
The best entertainment, the widest coverage, the fastest speed, only through Asian Network. Call now for huge standalone and bundle savings at
Welcome back to Vegas Vibes. On Vegas Vibes, I feature amazingly talented people from many walks of life who contribute to making Las Vegas a unique global brand. On that note, today with Vegas Vibes, we have a remarkable woman whose extensive list of achievements goes beyond what most people's complete lifetimes can accomplish. Former dance captain at Carnival Cruise Line, ballet teacher, choreographer, professional athlete at the WBFF, and the creator, editor, and writer at Glamour and Gaines, and most remarkably, the founder of the all-natural, cruelty-free Dawes Custom Cosmetics. Please welcome the incredible Miss England Eve Dawes. Hello, Eve.
Hi, thank you for the incredible introduction.
Well, you are amazing. I saw your profile and I was like, oh my gosh, this lady have a God-given talent for exceptionalism, I must say.
Oh, thank you. I think one of the things quotes I was brought up on was, if you're not growing, you're dying. So that always made me want to achieve more and have another goal. And I've always been hyperactive and on to the next project. So it's just something about that satisfaction of achieving something.
So please tell me, what was the catalyst, or who was your probably mentor, or who has influenced you to become the overachiever that you are today?
I think there's so many people that have been a catalyst in that. My parents were both so supportive. I know that kind of sounds a bit cliche, but they really were. They were the ones who would drive me up to ballet school, to London every weekend. They're my biggest champions. And then I think it's different in England because I was brought up with a female prime minister, with a queen, and with my mum who was in management. So all of the women in my life were all in those leadership positions. So I never thought of myself as not being in a leadership position as I grew up. So that was really inspiring. Ballet teachers who are always championing you on, who are always cheering you on, making sure you're succeeding, because you're taught from a very young age. It's not being criticized, right? You're being corrected so you can keep improving. So in ballet, you're taught even down to the last eyelash, to your eye movement, to every single gesture. It's under a microscope and made to be perfect. And I think what you do in one area of your life transfers to all areas of your life. So that was instilled in me in ballet. So that perfectionism just kind of overspilled into everything.
Is there a pressure to be perfect?
In ballet, absolutely, because it's so competitive. You think growing up, right, every little girl wants to be a ballerina. So there definitely was that, because it's so competitive, you have to be a perfectionist.
So how do you cope with that? How do you balance it?
I don't think I ever thought about having to cope with it because I didn't know anything different. So to me, that was just normal. And if you weren't perfect at something, you would keep practicing until you were. So I think that gives you that failure is not an option. So what they say with entrepreneurs, right? It's not the business that fails. It's that the entrepreneur gave up. So the biggest takeaway is just to never give up, to keep going, to keep going, to keep going. I mean, obviously don't keep doing the same thing because you're going to get the same result. But whatever you're doing, if you want something, keep going with it and keep pivoting until you find a way to your destination.
So how did you bring yourself to America?
So
What brought you here?
So I remember my very first trip was when I was 7. I went to Disney World in Florida. I was like, I want to live in America, which I think every girl who's been to Disney World probably says, because like the pizzas are huge, you're playing with Mickey Mouse, you've got beautiful sunshine coming from rainy England. So when I got an opportunity to come out here at 19 and teach ballet at a summer school, I was like, okay, that's something I really, really want to do. Was I 19? I might have been a couple of years older actually, but that's how I ended out here the first time I was teaching ballet to kids at a summer school. And from there I went to New York to audition and I was accepted, so that's how I started dancing here. I did that for about 5 years before I met my husband on a beach in Barbados, as you do. And then we started doing long distance, and a few years later we were married, and then 15 years later he's still stuck with me and we're still married.
You're still stuck with each other. Hopefully forever, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
You're just like the happily ever after at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Or Disney World.
Exactly, he's
where you
my prince, I'm his princess.
So is that something that you've always wanted to do? Because at a very young age, you become a ballerina. At what age did you?
So I was actually 7 when I told my parents it was what I wanted to do, and my parents were like, every kid thinks they want to be something at 7. It's a ballerina or it's an astronaut. It's something that seems absolutely ridiculous. But I knew, and my ballet teacher knew, so that's how I started doing it. I was 16 when I went full-time, and then 19 when I graduated and started touring. And Vienna Festival Ballet was my first professional ballet job.
So you went to school for that, and then eventually worked on a cruise ship.
Yeah, so
You
that
were
was...
a dance captain.
So I went from ballet to cruise ships about 5 years later.
And then now you are an entrepreneur. You are the founder of Dawes Custom Cosmetics. Well, one can say that you're a makeup junkie.
Oh, absolutely. And it might sound a weird transition, right? You're a ballerina and then you have a cosmetic line. It was because I've been wearing makeup since I was 11, eyelashes since I was 11 on stage, the bright red lipstick, and I remember all the older girls in the ballet company would help me with my makeup. And you grew up and you just saw them and they looked so glamorous in their tiaras and their tutus and their makeup, and it was so beautiful. And then as you get older, right, I was working with makeup artists on photo shoots and just learning, and I was really into my luxury brands, and what I hadn't realized is that they were testing on animals. And it's just, for me, because in England, right, Body Shop was really, really big.
I love
got,
Body Shop. We had that in the Philippines.
Yeah, and it's so cheap, and you're thinking it's cruelty free, so you just assume if they're doing it, you're so naive, right? I sound so stupid saying this right now, but you think everything is cruelty free. So it kind of blew my mind to find out that companies weren't. And I know a lot of my girlfriends now are still telling me, oh, is this and this? I'm like, no, that's not cruelty free, but it's something they've never thought of. So it's kind of now it's like trying to bring awareness to people. It's not telling them it's right or wrong, but just making them aware and educated of the options that are out there. So for me, and my lips were so dry in Vegas since I moved here. So it's like, okay, we need something cruelty free, something luxury, and something that's actually going to nourish our skin rather than being just chemicals that you're putting on your skin.
Yeah, safe to use.
Yeah, so it's like looking into ingredients, looking into formulating, and it took about 2 years from starting to look into products to formulating the first product and going to market.
That's amazing. Yeah, I saw that you formulate your own colors.
Yeah, so the lipstick labs about 15 minutes from here. So, and that's how I made my ready-to-wear collection, was working with women, seeing what colors they wanted, seeing what flavors and scents they want, seeing what textures, seeing what their skin problems were that they wanted, addressing. So then I could develop a lipstick from listening to women, rather than being one that's off a shelf. Hey, this one I'm going to sell you because I'm going to get the most commission off of it. So these are actually made for women by listening from them, and that's what's in Walmart.
And that makes it more personal.
Yeah.
Right, and special. And let's talk about Mrs. England. How did you get yourself in the pageant?
So I was actually a late starter, because everyone thinks of pageants as being the miss and the cute little kids and the tiara, But I got into it when I first moved to Nevada, and I was on a photo shoot, and the woman there actually does pageant headshots, and she was talking to me about the Mrs. pageants, which I'd never even heard of. So women, whatever age you are, there is a pageant division for you. There is no exclusions whatsoever. If you've got a platform and you're passionate about it and you need to share that, it's perfect. So I was volunteer personal trainer at the Blind Center at the time, and one of the issues was the blind people there didn't know it existed. They'd sit on the couch in this dark world for a year before getting help. So it's like there has to be a better way of getting it out there. So that's why I did the pageants, to raise awareness of the Blind Center so that people could find out about it and get the help they needed. And then that's 7 years ago now since my first pageant. So that kept transitioning, my philanthropy side kept transitioning, and there was always something new I wanted to be sharing with my title.
That's wonderful. You volunteer yourself to, was
So
that your platform?
That was my first year. It was basically getting people involved in volunteerism, whatever it was, because some people don't know how to start volunteering, and it's actually a really good website. It's called volunteermatch.com. So whatever your interest is, whatever your hours you have available, that's where you can kind of find what matches for you. So that's how I found the Blind Center. They were looking for a personal trainer.
Not only beautiful, but also a humanitarian at heart.
Aww,
which is, a great quality of a beauty queen, because you need to be a role model. Speaking of role models, who is your role model?
My role model? My future self. I think we were always trying to grow in to be a better person and keep developing. So I would love to keep going with the volunteer work and everything else. So now I'm working with the American Cancer Society, and I have the cosmetics now, so I have Cosmetics for a Cause. So every November I create a product for the Cancer Society and do donations from the cosmetics sold. And then I also do content creation for American Cancer Society for TikTok. And what else? I have so much going on, so this is hard to remember everything. But whatever you're doing, there's a way to, especially now, it's been really, really hard for a lot of charities to do events. So a lot of it's gone online with those. So you can still be philanthropic.
I just would like to tell our viewers why you are wearing a mask and I am not. Please.
So it's different for everyone, and I always say, don't worry about what everyone else is doing, don't pass judgment, you've got to do what's right for you. And because of being Mrs. England, I can't be in a place where I can be under any criticism. So we're still 6 feet apart.
Social
She's
distancing.
been really good with her 6 feet, but for me, I have to wear my mask right now. So no judgment either side.
You should totally respect, right? Yeah. And okay, who's the most charismatic person you have met?
Ooh, Steve Carell. I actually worked on a movie with him in my LA days, and he was so warm and inviting to us all on set. He was so hardworking. He didn't use his stand-in. He was on set the whole time. He was really, really involved in the process, and I really respected that.
And what did you do?
So the movie's Burt Wonderstone.
So you are also an actress?
I don't say I'm an actress. I am SAG-AFTRA. I've done enough movies and roles to be SAG-AFTRA, but I haven't done it for a long time, especially living here, but it's always fun to do.
But you are a blogger.
Yeah.
And you are part of the Spill the Tea, the British Expat Show podcast.
So that's really keeping me true to my British roots. There's a cast of 4 of us. So we have Ian and Sam, who are the main co-hosts, and then we have Ali, who does all the things around Vegas, and then I have a BFF, so beauty, fitness, and fashion. And my goal with that was just to make advice. Sometimes I do a lot of free workouts on there as well, to make that advice accessible to everyone.
Yes, because you're a dancer and you also studied theater and dance professional at London Studio Centre.
Yeah.
So you have mentioned earlier.
So everything kind of still ties together.
Yes.
I get to do Spill the Tea and things like this, where I'm still utilizing all of that.
So doing what you love. Can't go wrong with that,
Exactly.
Right? And what's the social media manager? You're a social media manager at Sorority Specialties.
So that is used to be my husband's company, but now it's kind of our company because I've been involved with it for so long. Yeah, exactly, as I do. As bossy women. But so we've been doing the company, he's had the company 25 years and I've been with the company 15. So I do all the social media for that, all the SEO content for the website, and it's clothing for sororities. So in a normal world, we would travel around the country. This year we haven't been able to, so everything's online.
And of course, one cannot help but notice.
You mean this little thing?
Not just your fashion crown, you're beautiful, but your physique with your workout regimen. And you are part of the WBFF. You're a professional athlete.
Yeah, so for ballet, I wanted to find a way of staying motivated to stay in shape, and I was starting to do some fitness modeling, but to get to the next level, I kept seeing in magazines WBFF Pro, IFBB Pro, and I didn't know what that meant. So I started looking into it and started finding the competitions, and I'm not going to say it was fun because I don't think fun's the right word, but it was very rewarding. You see your body change so much with your diet and with the exercise you're doing. You get to wear fabulous sparkly bikinis and compete on stage and also inspire and help others through that. So I really enjoyed that fitness journey.
Yeah, I think that takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I love training girls now, so I coach them now for their shows. I'll do their posing practice for them, and it's really, really amazing to see them in an hour come in from feeling shy and unconfident in their body to leaving feeling amazing about themselves, and just that posture change makes such a huge difference in their confidence.
So having said that, do you have a stage fright, or do you?
It depends what it is. For me, it's more speaking still. I think from dancing all my life, where you're not having to talk, you're just dancing on stage. So I don't have a problem being on a photo shoot, dancing. I get nervous if I'm meeting someone that I really respect, or if I'm talking on camera like this.
I don't even notice.
Thank you.
So what are your goals? What are you dreaming about? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I would love to have won Mrs. World next year and to be able to really raise cancer awareness about going for early screenings. I actually have 4 mammograms myself and a biopsy this year. I started doing mammograms early because I just wanted to get in and getting that unusual mammogram result was a real kind of eye-opener to me that people should be having mammograms and being tested. So I really wanted to get that awareness out there, because obviously early detection is going to be one of the best things we can do to cure cancer and prevent it.
And of course, because of the pandemic, it will be a virtual competition.
So we're hoping it's going to be in 2021, and it will be in person, even if it means postponing it. They'll find a way to do it. And then my other goal is to get my cosmetics into Sephora. That's my big goal.
I see that happening. I don't see why not. Right? Okay. Are you working on any personal passion project right now?
Any
personal passion project?
All of them. I mean, these are all my passions, like doing the pageants, doing volunteer work, creating the cosmetics, and then getting that positive feedback from women that are using the cosmetics. That's what I'm passionate about. And the blog. I've had the blog for 10 years, so I pour my heart into that writing. So because you're writing it from a personal perspective, it's op-ed, isn't it? Rather than being like a news piece. So I really, really enjoy that.
So what got you into blogging? Seems like you're very passionate with writing.
It started, I was actually a personal trainer at the time, another thing I've done. But a lot of people can't afford personal training, and you can only coach one person at a time, so you're very, very limited to how many people you can reach. So I wanted to put the free workouts online, the free nutritional advice, and get everything out there so people had access to this advice for free.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, what else don't you not do?
Maths. I'm terrible at maths.
Numbers, yeah. So, what can you consider the highlight of your career? I mean, you've done so much. What's the next level for you?
Next level is being able to coach someone else to be in my position.
Mentor.
I would love someone, because I've been pageant coaching as well, for someone to be the next Mrs. England, someone to be the next Mrs. World, to really help other women.
That's amazing that you also love mentoring, like empowering other women, because not many are very generous, and you can really sense that, and especially in the pageant, there's so much competition.
Hurting other people never helps you. You just want to help everyone else, and pageants really are a sisterhood. I know you hear like some bad things, and there's always going to be the bad apple, but 99.9% of the women are just very supportive of each other, very encouraging. We're already messaging each other, the girls for Mrs. World. We haven't met in person, but we're all reaching out to each other on Instagram, chatting, seeing if we're going to be each other's cities and we can meet up. And I love that aspect of it. It's really about creating new friends, and they call them pageant sisters for a reason, because most of my best friends in Nevada are actually from past pageants we've done together.
2020 has been a tough pill to swallow in more ways than one.
It's been awful.
Yes, but if there's anything that 2020 has taught you, what is it? And what are you looking forward to 2021?
Again, this might sound cliche, but it's to really count your blessings, because it's so easy to think about all the things we're missing out on this year. Like, I haven't been home this year, I haven't seen my parents in over a year. Are they okay? But what we have to remember is I'm blessed to have a husband, so I'm not home alone. I'm blessed to have opportunities to learn. So Harvard, University of Penn, a lot of universities opened up their courses online this year. I'd never have gone to Harvard before this year. This year I did a course there because there were so many opportunities. We had time to actually reflect and learn and figure out the next game plan. What's 2021 going to look like? And really think outside the box rather than just being worried about what's not working now.
Mrs. England, please tell everyone where could they find you and all the other amazing things that you're doing.
So if you're considering doing a pageant and need help, or you have any questions on it, please feel free to reach out to me. If you just want to say hi, that's great too. I'm on Instagram. It's going to be at Eve Dawes, which is my name, and then the blog is glamourandgaines.com.
If there's any parting words or words of wisdom you would like to suggest to anyone who are dreaming to become a beauty queen, entrepreneur, what would it be?
Never give up on your dreams. If you have a goal, go for it. There's always a way. Just keep finding different ways to it. Your dream only fails when you give up.
Well, I wish you all the best. Good luck on your reign and on your competition in Mrs. England World. And I really hope that your cosmetic line, Dawes Custom Cosmetics, will be in Sephora in 2021.
Thank you so much. It was really amazing chatting to you.
And that's next month. Oh well, congratulations again on winning the title of Mrs. England, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
Catch me again next week for another amazing episode and to feature another amazing personality here on VegasVibes. lives when you're having a grand time. Promise to join me again next week on this same fabulous Vegas Vibes channel. And to all our global viewers out there, let me remind you that Las Vegas is not just about the world-renowned Strip or the famous Fremont Street experience in the vibrant downtown district. It has real people, a lot of them musicians, live entertainers, and those involved in the world of pageantry, and to the people here in the Valley who work hard each day to make Las Vegas a global brand. I would like to feature you and your cool story right here on Vegas Vibes, either in the studios or online via Zoom. If you believe that's you, please email me now at vegasvibes1@gmail.com. Before I go, I would like to thank my wardrobe sponsor, Anne Fontaine, located at the Forum Shops of Caesar's Palace. Anne Fontaine is now open for business as well. You may call Miss Anna Billings at 702-733-6205 to make an appointment. And now for my favorite segment, the Vegas Vibes Closet. Yes, it features an intricate selection of health and beauty products which I personally use. And this week I have for you Miracle Hydrating Clear Lip Plumping Gloss by Dawes Custom Cosmetics. Indulge your lips in this luxurious Miracle Hydrating Plumping Clear Lip Gloss for younger looking, fuller, moisturized lips in seconds. It increases the appearance of lip volume by up to 40% after 29 days of use when used 3 times a day. Visibly smooths, hydrates, and plumps lips. It also rehydrates and locks in moisture. Can be used under or over lip color or worn on its own. It's also cruelty-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, vegan, and made in the USA. Check it out, ladies! Below is the link if you wish to learn more about it or purchase it without any delay. Follow Vegas Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, or check out vegasvibes.us for updates and announcements. Once again, I'm your host, Esmeralda Pulido Gold. Thank you for watching!
This has been a presentation of VATV.